All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, I'm going to need your spinfoil hats at the ready because there is a theory that's been circulating for a while now, which is that next season is going to have a pretty solid focus on PvP. Now, before I dive into this, I want to cover that there was a Bungie summit that recently happened, and the reason why people are speculating that next season is PvP focused is because a bunch of PvP focused content creators were invited to the summit. Now, you might think to yourself, well, maybe it was just a random chance. Who knows why it was PvP content creators? But we do know for a fact, almost over a year ago, there was a variety of PvP-focused content creators that were invited to the summit before Trials came out. The Trials of Osiris summit, where they got to play Trials of Osiris in Destiny 2 early. Big names like Dr. Lupo and Real Crafty were invited to this, and it was because of that that we knew that Trials was coming back. We're like, why else would they invite Real Crafty to the Bungie HQ unless they were going to show him Trials of Osiris? So it would seem as though we're getting a very, very similar inclination from that right now, as we're seeing a Bungie summit happening and a ton of PvP content creators being invited to this, which is really exciting because if that is the case, it's almost certain that we're going to see some new PvP maps. This hasn't been announced yet. Okay, so again, this is speculation. Don't be mad at me if there's no new PvP maps in the next season, but it would almost be certain that this will be happening. Everyone has to keep their lips zipped tight. They signed an ironclad NDA when they go to these summits. I know because I was invited to a summit myself. I was invited to the first ever summit. And the reason why I was invited was because Destiny 2 Year 1 was declining a ton, and Bungie wanted advice and information from the community on how to, bring it back up. And I offered my information and my ideas to a bunch of different Bungie devs. I was talking about, slow down the time to kill or whatever, make the time to kill faster, make weapons more lethal is what I said, and bring back special ammo economy probably. I remember, I can't even remember exactly what I talked about, but those were the gist of it because this was a long time ago, right? And it was cool. It was a cool experience. It does feel a little bit like, Bungie kind of gets a feel for what they need to do on Reddit and YouTube comments and Twitter and everywhere else. So it's kind of weird that they invite a bunch of people out in this sort of social media era where they already have all the feedback in the world that they need. Why do they need to invite content creators there or prominent community members? It's not just all YouTubers and Twitch streamers, by the way. It's other community members as well. So keep that in mind. And so that was a really interesting find. It almost confirms in my mind, from all the speculation I've seen leading up to this point, that next season will be that. I also will throw in with this that we know for certain that the removal of 3-peaking is happening next season in Season 15, which is another inclination because 3-peaking doesn't mess up PvE in the game, right? Like, no raid bosses are complaining about 3-peaking. It's all for PvP, and it's specifically for Trials of Osiris that 3-peaking is such a big issue. People just playing extremely slow, running away from gunfights, running away from enemies on the radar, farming up ability supers, etc. Chaos reaches right now, especially. Dear God, that's terrible right now. But that is another inclination that next season is going to be a PvP-focused season, and I'm really excited for it. And I can't help but feel like there's no possible way they're ever going to be talking about a PvP-focused season without an actual anti-cheat being implemented into the game. Right now, they do have an anti-cheat of sorts. I think it's just a manual review. We don't know exactly how it works. Obviously, they keep it, they keep all of that quiet and they don't keep it away from the public. But it seems like the only method they have for banning cheaters right now is manual review. They just have a form that you fill out, suspicious activity form. I've talked about this many times before. If you play cheaters, fill that out and give the video evidence because they will actually get banned. And so that seems like the way they're doing things now is just manual review, and they call that their anti-cheat. Just people manually reviewing videos, but that's not the way you need things. Like, you need an automatic system, an automated system, so that way cheaters download these programs, and when they launch Destiny 2, boom, they're instantly banned. And Steam does actually have some proper protocol for that, and Steam will actually ban you if you make multiple accounts after being banned, so keep that in mind. I actually got that info from doing an interview with a cheater recently. If you haven't watched that, make sure to go do that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do you feel about this speculation? Do you think it's finally time that we get some new Crucible maps? Dear God, it's been so long since a new Crucible map has been brought into Destiny 2. Maybe some new Crucible-focused weapons as well. It would be cool to just see an entire season dedicated to PvP, because obviously we're not going to get much love. After that does come out, we're not going to get much love for another year or two, right? So it's overdue, long overdue. Please, Bungie, do deliver a PvP season, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree, if you want that for Destiny 2. And let me know your thoughts about all of this speculation down in the comment section below. Subscribe with notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.